Hello and welcome to Master Mathematics. My name is Mr. A and today we're going to cover absolute value with subtraction. So we have our four equations here and I'm going to walk you through the steps. It's just a couple of pretty straightforward basic steps, but it's important that we get, again, the process and these steps in place and that we don't take any shortcuts here. So this way we really master the skill. So number one is asking us for the absolute value of 67 minus 34. So again, just to review, these bars that bookend, our initial equation, that's absolute value. All right, that's what that indicates. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to bring down those absolute value bars. That's the first step we're going to do. That's the first thing we're going to do. And I had a little extra dot there. Now, after we do that, we're just going to do the math. So we're going to do 67 minus 34. If you can do that in your head, great. I'm going to write it out just to show you. 67 minus 34. And we're going to be left with 33. So we have to transfer that, though, into the absolute value bars. So now we are looking for the absolute value of 33. The absolute value of 33 is 33. Remember, absolute value is the distance the number is from 0. Good way to think about that is envision the number line. So on the number line, if we identified 33 and then we counted our way down to 0, we would have 33 spaces that we counted. So that's how we get 33 there. All right, let's move on to number 2. So number 2 is the absolute value of 8 minus 10. All right, first step, just like in the last problem, we bring down our absolute value bars. Now we're going to do our subtraction, and this one's a little trickier, right? Because we have 8 minus 10. Whew, definitely a little tricky. Good way to think about this is, let's say you have $8 on you and you owe your friend 10 bucks. All right, you don't have the full 10, but you give him or her the $8 that you have. How many do you still owe them? Well, you still owe them $2. So you are at a negative 2, right? You're in debt to them $2. All right, so you're down $2. All right, so we put that negative 2 inside the absolute value bars. Now the absolute value of negative 2, however, that is 2. Okay, it would be nice, right, if you owed your friend a couple dollars and you were like, hey, you know what, let's take the absolute value of that. Now all of a sudden you're up $2. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way, but would be pretty cool if it did. Okay, let's move on to number 3. In number 3, again, we're going to start the same way. The absolute value of negative 12 minus 23. We're going to bring down our absolute value bars. Now we have to, we've written out our subtraction equations there. I'm actually going to rewrite this problem, and thinking to our integer rules, we're going to keep negative 12. But since we're subtracting 23, I'm going to turn this into adding a negative 23. All right. So we're going to add a negative 23 here. Now we're adding, and when we add, if the signs are the same, we bring that sign down first. So I have a negative 12 plus a negative 23. They're both negative, so I'm going to bring that negative sign down right away. And then I'm going to add 12 plus 23, that is 35. All right, but again, both numbers are negative, so it's not just 35, it's a negative 35, and our problem is asking us here for the absolute value of negative 35. That is 35. Okay, last one, number 4. Number 4 is the absolute value of negative 42 minus a negative 13. First thing we're going to do again, bring down these absolute value signs. And now, I'm not going to fully rewrite this one, but we do have our double negative there, minus a negative 13. Anytime we have minus a negative, that automatically turns into a positive. All right, so I've made my sign change there. I've changed it. I change it right on the problem. That's just the way I do. If you want to rewrite it like I did in number 3, that's fine too, but I like doing it right there this way. I don't get confused. So now we have negative 42 plus 13. So think again, if we're thinking about our number line, we're going to start at negative 42 and we're going to move to the right 13 spaces. that's going to get us to a negative 29. So here we have the absolute value of negative 29. That is 29. And that's all we have for you right now. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you found the video useful. Once again, my name is Mr. A. This channel is called Master Mathematics. If you are not subscribed to the channel yet, please make sure you subscribe to it. Also, there's a link in the description to join our Patreon page. For a small fee each month, you'll have access to worksheets that help you strengthen these skills. There is one there on absolute value with subtraction. And you also have access to additional videos on different topics, ones that walk you through more problems similar to this. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video and meeting you on Patreon. Take care.